Howdy y'all, Kaloth here, and we've got just a little bit of news today that came in the Scout Trooper Community Questions and Answers post that I wanted to take a look at and talk about a little bit. So let's take a look at that here. We've got the post here from Tuscan Meathead. Most of this is kind of what you would expect. Hey, thanks for bringing Biker Scout to the holo tables, blah, blah, blah. We do have confirmation that yes, Emperor's Trap, part of the unique, requires a Remnant leader. I think that was actually a late edit after the post was made. Also, this is one thing that people have been asking. What is the new Imperial Remnant team going to look like? Is Dark Trooper going to be removed from Veers, or will, the new Gideon step up as the fifth? Well, they did confirm, and this actually kind of surprised me, that while developing the new Gideon, they're assuming players will want to keep Dark Trooper with Veers, so that will be the odd tune out. So, right now, barring any other change, and we'll get to what I think could happen there in a minute, the team is going to be new Gideon, old Gideon, Death Trooper, Scout Trooper, and Stormtrooper, with Dark Trooper being the odd person out that's going to remain with Veers. There's some clarification on mechanics. Here's the big one. They hinted at Gideon in the Scout Trooper reveal. They said, hey, all this Imperial Remnant stuff is going to come into play when you get a new, stronger Gideon coming soon. Well, now they have confirmed it is a new character coming to a conquest near you. This doesn't necessarily flat out confirm that it is the next conquest unit. We don't know that it's going to be the conquest unit that follows Malicos, although even if that is the case, this is the earliest they've ever announced a conquest character during that lead up before. I can't imagine them, announcing it for a few conquests out, right? So I think safe assumption, once we're done with Malicos, we're going to be moving on to Moff Gideon, who I assume will be Beskar Armor Gideon. And then they talk a little bit more about the Scout Trooper kit. She is a Marquis, confirmed. And her main focus was Imperial Remnant, but they wanted to make sure that she had some utility elsewhere. So, all that's pretty exciting. The big news there, of course, is Gideon being in Conquest. But I also want to talk a little bit about the Remnant team moving forward. So they said that Dark Trooper is intended to stay with Veers, which kind of answers some people's questions. However, counting Scout Trooper, at the moment, there are 13 Imperial Troopers in the game. Once you add Moff Gideon, the new Moff Gideon, to the mix, assuming he is an Imperial Trooper, that'll make 14. Now, we know that of the 13 that we have, barring anything new, 4 of those will be taken out of that mix to go live with the new Gideon, leaving us with 9 remaining characters between Veers and Iden. We're one short of 3 full teams there. So, a couple of different ways this can go. Number one, they could just release another character that is either Imperial Trooper or Imperial Remnant that would let us have that, 3 teams mix, right? They could do, say, a Purge Trooper that was Imperial Trooper and Inquisitorius, and that would give kind of some flexibility and could help finish that 3rd squad. They could also give an existing character the Imperial Trooper tag, something like TIE Fighter Pilot or even Director Krennic, could be given the Imperial Trooper tag and, bend the, remaining character to go with either Veers or Iden. Or, and this is kind of what I think is most likely, and also, just to be honest, what I would like to see, is Imperial Supercommando. We understand that the new Conquest Gideon is going to be Moff Gideon from Mandalorian Season 3. That seems blatantly obvious. Could be wrong, of course, but that seems obvious. And when we saw Moff Gideon in that Beskar armor at the end of Mandalorian Season 3, he was accompanied by an army of Imperial Supercommandos wearing that Mandalorian-inspired armor. So, we already have Imperial Supercommando in the game. It doesn't really do much. It's got the Empire and the Mandalorian tag, but it doesn't really fit on any team. Getting a small rework for that, maybe an Omicron, and getting Imperial Remnant tag added to that would give us enough characters to complete those 3 different teams, being Veers, Iden, and the new Gideon. So that's what I'm hoping to see, and truth be told, even expecting to see. Obviously, we'll see how that plays out as time goes on, but just wanted to talk about that real quick, since we do have all this now at least confirmed that Gideon is coming to Conquest. So what do you guys think? How are you hoping the team kind of plays out? How are you hoping that the split between Veers, Iden, and Gideon plays out? Who do you hope will be on what team? Let me know in the comments. Hope everybody is doing well. We are getting a major post from Meathead tomorrow. He's been teasing it all week. We don't know what it's going to be, but whatever it is, I'll be here to talk about it tomorrow. There's still some early game new player stuff coming, and other than that, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, you know what to do. May the Force be with you.